Hi guys, Aislinn here from Dream DIY. I hope you're all having a lovely week so far. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to transform this really old and rusty wheelbarrow into a beautiful planter. This wheelbarrow has been in our skip more times than I can count. Seamus keeps on putting it in and I keep on taking it out. So I'm really excited today because I've had this vision that it's going to make a really beautiful flower planter. So for today's project, you only need a few materials. So you need some kind of container or planter that you want to make over. Some people have old buckets in the house, you might have an old wheelbarrow like this. So anything that's rusty or lying about that you think has some kind of beauty about it. So this is what I'm using today as my container. Also you need paint. I've went with the Ronseal garden paint. Now it's for wood, terracotta, brick and also metal, so it's very versatile. I've chosen the colour Cherry Blossom because behind me is our lovely cherry blossom. Unfortunately the flowers have now gone, but it is really nice. Anybody that knows me knows how much I love pink, so that's the colour we're going with. You also need some flowers, some soil and some gravel. So now that we've got all our materials, let's get stuck in. The first step in this makeover is to clean down your wheelbarrow, get rid of any soil, any cobwebs, anything that's on it. Before I start painting, I'm going to take out this wheel. This is something I picked up in B&M many years ago. So I was just testing it out to see if it would go with the wheelbarrow because the old wheel is gone and I think it is going to work. So I'm just going to take it out so it'll be nice and sturdy for me to paint. Next is the fun part, painting the wheelbarrow. Look at that colour, love it, love it. When you're painting, a really good tip that I always do is put some tin foil in your paint tray, because then you can just fold up the tin foil and put it in the bin and you don't have to clean your tray, because it is probably one of the most annoying things to do because you can never get it clean. I'm only going to paint the middle bit of the wheelbarrow because I really like how the old metal stands out against the pink. So do one coat, leave it to dry, do the second coat, leave it to dry. This is the third coat of paint that I'm putting on the wheelbarrow, and I have to say it's going on like a dream, way better than the first and second coat. And that's the thing about DIY projects, you really do have to have patience. Sometimes you just want to get it all done. You do have to wait for the layers to dry. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because it is shabby chic. So if some of the metal's showing through, I actually really like that, so I don't mind about that. Okay, so I'm going to let that one dry. While the wheelbarrow was drying, I gave the little wheel a little wash of colour. Again, I don't want full coverage because it has to look kind of old, so I just used some of the leftover paint and it worked out really well. Now that the paint has finally dried, we're moving on to the next stage of transforming this old wheelbarrow into a planter. When you're planting any type of flowers, you have to make sure that the container has drainage holes. Now, this is an old wheelbarrow, so there's plenty of holes in it already, so I'm not going to put any more into it. But if you're transforming an old bucket or something like that, do put some holes into it. Along with the holes, I'm also going to add some gravel to the bottom of the wheelbarrow. This will also help with drainage. Now, I picked some of this up just from the DIY store. Now, some are going to come out, but that's okay. In the bottom of this wheelbarrow there is one large hole which you could see the gravel was coming out. So I'm just going to put a little bit of cardboard over it, which will still let the water go through it. So I'm just going to put this over the large hole and put some of the gravel on top. Okay, so next I'm going to fill it with some soil. Oh, it's lovely. A wee bit more. So now to add a little bit of colour. One thing I always do before I commit to planting flowers is I like to place them in the planter to see just how the colours go together and where they should go. So that's what I'm going to do now and play about with some of the colours. Once you're confident about the layout, it's time to start planting. Okay, so I think I know what way I want to do it. Another little thing that I always do is keep the flower in the pot and kind of circle down, and you will get a little hole in the soil which is the exact size of the plant. So be very gentle when you're taking these out. And again. Okay, so we can add more soil after this. Next I'm going to add some pink. And again, squash it down. I really love this plant, it is gorgeous. These are petunias. Petunias are amazing. I love them. I love everything about them. They're so easy to grow, So these come in a little pack, but I'm actually going to break them into rows, and I'm going to put them along the front because hopefully they will trail over. These are little geraniums and I just love the leaf. Look at that, so pretty. And again, these come in little sections. So I'm going to put these along the front just to break up the colour. So hopefully that'll be white, pink, white, pink. All these plants really complement the cherry blossom pink. So in here, it's coming together really nice. And again, another one in here. I fell in love with this next plant. This is called Jack Frost, and I just love the silvery leaf and also the little blue flowers. It's beautiful. So it's going to go in the middle. So again, squash it down and also break the little roots at the bottom and then take it out. And this is going to go in here. I'm going to add a few little bedding plants. And to finish it off, I'm going to put a few more petunias down this side. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to water it and I'm going to move it into its resting place and attach the little wheel. I am delighted with how it turned out. I just love all the different colours. They all go together, the pinks, the blues, the silvery leaf. And also as these become a little bit more mature, they're going to just multiply and it's going to become lovely and full, and it's just lovely.
It's a brand new day, catching on like a wildfire, feeling for a brand new start. Red is gone, now it's so much brighter, new song in my heart, catching on.
Now this project was very simple. All you needed was an old container, something like a wheelbarrow, a bucket, some paint and of course some beautiful flowers. If you enjoyed watching the video, I would love it if you could hit the subscribe button below. It really means the world to me, and remember, if you can dream it, you can DIY it.